Good morning, students. My name is Kritika. I'm lecturer from EC department at Mehchan Polytechnic College, Jalandhar. Today, I would like to tell you about a new topic that is again the microphone, but today topic is based on the ribbon microphone, condenser microphone, and wireless microphone. But before starting that, I would like to tell you some of the precautions we should take under Mission Fateh that has been started by our Chief Minister. That is, wash your hands, wear mask, and maintain social distance. Thank you. Now we will start with our new lecture, and for that, I'm going to share my screen with you all. First of all, what is ribbon microphone? As I have told you earlier, that in each microphone there is a difference of diaphragm. Now in this microphone there is a thin layer which is made of ribbon and it will act as a diaphragm in ribbon microphone. In ribbon microphone the response is bidirectional. That means the microphone will be able to process the sound which we will be uh, giving input from the front, from the back, but not from the side. So it will pick up only those sound which we are speaking at the front or at the rear, but not from the sides. So this is somehow disadvantage of ribbon microphone. And otherwise, the frequency response of ribbon microphone is somehow flat. It has better frequency as compared to dynamic microphone. It do not need any external battery to connect, and also it is very fragile and require care, while dynamic microphone was very rigid, or you can say robust, so it was very easy to handle that. But in ribbon microphone we need a special care because of ribbon which has been suspended in magnet. It is also inexpensive. So this is the ribbon microphone. It looks like this. Its application is it is used in piano, in guitar, in acoustic guitar, brass instruments, in bass and cymbals. So this is the main construction of ribbon microphone. As you all can see that this is the permanent magnet which is in the U shape here, and the ribbon has been suspended in between this permanent magnet with a single coil which is again connected with the transformer. But there is no use of battery, no external battery has been connected over here as it was in dynamic microphone. Now what will happen when sound signal will exert pressure on this? And one more thing, ribbon microphone does not work on pressure, it works on velocity of air. When we speak, then the velocity of air is somehow more or less as compared to our sound signal. So it will work on the velocity of air rather on the sound pressure. So when velocity of air is more over here, the ribbon microphone will compress and it will move downwards. And when the velocity of air is less or speed of air is less, then it will move towards upside. That means the ribbon microphone will move to and fro in between this permanent magnet, and when it moves to and fro it will cut down the magnetic field that has been produced by this permanent magnet, and accordingly electric current will induce in the circuit. So now transformer has been connected here because of its low output impedance, and we need to have a proper impedance matching for better output. So that's why transformer has been connected over here. Now ribbon microphone will move up and down and it will cut down the magnetic field, and that magnetic field will be cut down in this by this ribbon microphone, and then the current will be induced in the circuit as it has been already studied by us in dynamic microphone, that is electromagnetic induction is the principle of this, and it is based on that only. So construction is very simple and working is also very simple. It will just cut down the magnetic field and the electric current will be induced, and the difference is here is the diaphragm or a ribbon which has been suspended over here. That's why it is very fragile and needs special care because of this ribbon. Other microphone is condenser microphone. It is also called as capacitor microphone. Here we can see that the diaphragm will be electrically charged. First of all, this is the outer look of condenser microphone, and this is a basic construction. Now in this you can see that there are two plates. This is back plate and this is front plate, and front plate will act as a diaphragm, and this is the point where audio signal will be obtained, and external battery is also needed in this type of condenser microphone as it was in dynamic microphone. So now when sound pressure will exert on this plate will move to and fro, that is towards backward also. So now when it will move to and fro, the distance between these two plates will be reduced and will be more as compared to the sound wave pressure. So when the difference will be less, as we all know, the formula of capacitance, that the capacitance is directly proportional to area and is inversely proportional to distance. So when the distance between these plates will reduce, that means the capacitance will be more. And when the area between these are large, then the capacitance will be less. So according to these difference or the distance between two plates that has been caused by the sound wave, when exert pressure on this diaphragm, it will move to and fro, and the distance between plates will be less and more, and correspond to that the output signal will be generated over here. So this is the working of condenser microphone or capacitor microphone. Now we will see the condenser microphone are based on electrically charged diaphragm, that is backplate assembly, which form a sound sensitive capacitor. As you can see, this is somehow working as a capacitor, and as we know that in capacitor also one plate is fixed and other one is moving, and the distance between the capacitor is according to the capacitance, and this distance is corresponds to electric current and voltage. Here is also the same case. All condenser microphone needs to be powered, that is battery is needed to make it charged and to make it work. Condenser microphone are somehow sensitive and more natural sounds, and particularly at higher frequencies they give a smooth response. Capacitor microphone, also called as condenser microphone, require a battery or external power. Capacitor microphone will give a strong audio signal than that of dynamic microphone. These type of microphones are sensitive and responsive than dynamic microphone. These type of microphones works by having two plates with a voltage between them. One of the plate is an extremely light material which will act as a diaphragm. When sound wave hits, the diaphragm will vibrate and the distance between the two plates will be changed, and according to that capacitance will be changed. As I have already discussed the working of this condenser microphone. Now characteristics is they have extended high and low frequency response. These are good one but expensive. They require batteries. Large diaphragm models are very bulky, very heavy. Low cost models can suffer from poor or inconsistent frequency response. So that's why expensive ones are used. Humidity and temperature will affect capacitor, and so it will also affect the condenser microphone. Now the next one is wireless microphone. This is the basic block diagram of wireless microphone. This is handheld mic or microphone, and this is transmitter which you wear on belt also. This is wireless microphone, that's why microphone has been connected by transmitter and antenna has been connected by this transmitter. This is antenna which will send the information in air, or radio signal will be sent over here, then it will be catched by the other antenna which is connected over receiver, and then it is converted into sound system or destination or electrical signal depend on the output. There is also dual antenna which will act as transmitter and receiver antenna. Next lecture we will cover the characteristics of microphone in that particular lecture. the omnidirectional and directivity, sensitivity, all points will be clear to you. Thank you for watching this video.